when God is protecting you, or when you're under God's protection, the enemy can't just come and do whatever he wants. He can't just come and wreak havoc over your life. He has to ask God for permission to even do that. It was important for the shepherd to go find the lost sheep, right? Because as part of the shepherd's responsibility is for them to take care of the sheep. They're to ensure the sheep's safety. They're the sheep's defender. The sheep can't fight for themselves. They can't fend for themselves. And I'm not sure how familiar you are with sheep, but sheep aren't the smartest. They're not the smartest, I tell you that much. So the sheep are vulnerable to attacks. And as I was thinking about that earlier today, I was like, in Romans 8, it says that we are counted as sheep for slaughter. As I think the verse says something along the lines as, all day long, we're counted as sheep for slaughter. And when a sheep is secluded or by themselves, they're more likely or more prone to be attacked, right? And in the spiritual aspect, right? When people who are supposed to be in the fold are living for the world, or they're not close to the shepherd, guess what happens? They're more prone to spiritual attacks. If you're familiar with the story in Job, Satan had to ask God for permission to even go near Job. Job was a righteous man, so there was already a protection around him. I think it's Satan that says you have put a hedge of protection around him. In the same retrospect, the lost sheep, right? They are under God's protection, but I would say to an extent, because they're living for the world and they're not living surrendered, so they're more prone to spiritual attacks, or they may even have attacks and not even know that they're being attacked by the enemy, you know. But nevertheless, it's fundamental that we remember that with God, when we're under his protection, it's like Psalms 91, that we're covered under his wings. Then Psalms 91, I think is verse 1, that says, those who dwell in the shelter of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So the ones who are living for God, I would say more so the righteous one, they are abiding under God's wings, under his shadow. Because when God is protecting you, or when you're under God's protection, the enemy can't just come and do whatever he wants. He can't just come and wreak havoc over your life. He has to ask God for permission to even do that. Like Satan had to ask God for permission to even touch Job, to even send the calamities that Job faced. He had to ask God for permission. Okay.